What is happening in the world of AI and technology? The pace of innovation is absolutely electric, and staying on top of every breakthrough can feel like a full-time job. But don't worry, we've got you covered right here at ChatGPT Insights. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of the most critical updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. We've got major players making waves, and the stakes have never been higher. Are you ready to get informed and stay ahead of the curve? Then buckle up because the future is now, and it's unfolding right before our eyes. We've got a packed show for you today, so make sure you stick around for all the details. You're not going to want to miss a single second of this. From groundbreaking security vulnerabilities to high-stakes legal battles, we're diving deep into the stories that are shaping our digital future. We've got major players making waves, and the stakes have never been higher. Are you ready to get informed and stay ahead of the curve? Then buckle up because the future is now, and it's unfolding right before our eyes. We've got a packed show for you today, so make sure you stick around for all the details. You're not going to want to miss a single second of this. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. AI browser under fire, a critical security flaw exposed. In the rapidly evolving landscape of artificial intelligence, a significant security vulnerability has been uncovered within Perplexity's Comet AI browser. This flaw, detailed by Brave, presents a serious risk, allowing malicious actors to inject prompts that can compromise sensitive data across open browser tabs. At its core, the vulnerability exploits how Comet processes web page content when asked to summarize a page. The AI, in its eagerness to provide a quick summary, feeds parts of the web page directly to its language model without properly distinguishing between user instructions and potentially malicious content embedded within the page itself. This oversight opens the door for attackers to craft indirect prompt injection payloads, which the AI could then execute as commands. Imagine scrolling through your favorite social media feed, clicking on a link, and unknowingly exposing your private communications or financial details to an attacker, all because the AI browser couldn't differentiate between the content of a web page and a hidden command. The implications are stark. An attacker could potentially gain access to your emails, banking information, or any sensitive data present in other tabs simply by tricking the AI into processing a specially crafted piece of text. The situation was further complicated by reports that Perplexity's initial attempt to patch this vulnerability was unsuccessful, leaving users exposed. The broader AI community has expressed significant concern, with one developer on X highlighting the inherent risks of using AI-powered browsers, stating, "This is why I don't use an AI browser. You can literally get prompt injected and your bank account drained by doomscrolling on Reddit." This incident serves as a critical reminder of the ongoing challenges in securing AI applications and the crucial need for robust security measures to protect user data in an increasingly AI-driven digital world. This critical security flaw is a wake-up call for the AI industry. But that's not all the news today. We're also seeing major legal battles erupting over content ownership. Japanese media giants sue Perplexity AI for copyright infringement. In a landmark legal challenge, two of Japan's most prominent newspaper publishers, the Asahi Shimbun and Nikkei Inc., have filed a substantial lawsuit against the U.S. AI company Perplexity AI. The core accusation? Widespread copyright infringement. These media titans claim that Perplexity's generative AI-powered search engine service has been systematically using their copyrighted articles without authorization, leading to the dissemination of misinformation and a direct undermining of legitimate news organizations. The lawsuit, lodged with the Tokyo District Court, seeks not only an injunction to halt Perplexity's unauthorized reproduction of their articles, but also demands the deletion of all infringing content. Furthermore, they are pursuing significant damages, with each publishing company seeking 2.2 billion yen, approximately $14.9 million USD. This action follows a similar suit filed earlier in August by the Yomiuri Shimbun, another major Japanese daily, marking a growing trend of news organizations pushing back against AI companies over intellectual property rights. Perplexity, which positions itself as a service blending traditional search with generative AI, claims to answer questions by summarizing information from diverse sources. However, according to the plaintiffs, Perplexity actively copies articles from their servers and stores them to generate its AI-driven answers. This process allegedly occurs despite the presence of robots, TXT, files on their websites, a standard technical measure explicitly prohibiting unauthorized data scraping. The publishers argue that Perplexity's disregard for these directives constitutes a clear infringement of copyright, including reproduction and public transmission rights. Adding to their grievances, the lawsuit highlights instances where Perplexity's AI outputs cite their names and articles as sources, but present factually inaccurate information that deviates from the original content. This misrepresentation, they contend, severely damages their credibility, a cornerstone of journalism, and also violates Japan's unfair competition prevention law. In a joint statement, Asahi and Nikkei declared, Perplexity's actions amount to large-scale, ongoing free writing on article content that journalists from both companies have spent immense time and effort to research and write, while Perplexity pays no compensation. They warned that unchecked, this practice could erode the very foundation of journalism and threaten democracy itself. This legal battle in Japan highlights a global struggle over AI and content. But the challenges for AI companies are mounting, as we'll see in the next story. Perplexity AI faces mounting legal pressure over copyright violations. The legal challenges against Perplexity AI are escalating, with major Japanese media powerhouses Nikkei and Asahi Shimbun joining a growing chorus of publishers accusing the AI search startup of illicitly storing and misusing their content. Backed by tech titans like Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and NVIDIA, Perplexity is now facing a lawsuit filed in Tokyo, alleging that the company scraped and retained articles from both outlets' servers despite explicit technical barriers put in place to prevent such activity. The publishers assert that Perplexity's platform has not only infringed on their copyrights, but has also attributed inaccurate information to their reporting, thereby damaging their hard-earned credibility and undermining the fundamental value of journalism. Nikkei articulated this sentiment in a statement, emphasizing, Perplexity's actions amount to large-scale, ongoing free writing on article content that journalists have spent immense time and effort to research and write. The lawsuit demands substantial compensation, with both Nikkei and Asahi Shimbun seeking $2.2 billion, equivalent to approximately $15 million USD each. Crucially, they are also demanding that Perplexity permanently delete all copies of their content from its systems. This legal action places Japan firmly on the map of global disputes between news organizations and AI firms concerning content usage. It follows a similar complaint filed earlier by the Yomiuri Shimbun and joins a growing list of challenges from international outlets, including cease and desist letters issued by the New York Times, the BBC, and Condé Nast. In the United States, Dow Jones and the New York Post have also initiated legal proceedings against Perplexity, alleging that the platform diverts potential readers away from their own websites. Despite these legal battles, Perplexity has been experiencing significant growth, attracting over 30 million users and substantially increasing its annual recurring revenue from $35 million in mid-2024 to an impressive $150 million in 2025. The company recently made headlines with a notable $34.5 billion cash bid for Google Chrome, signaling its ambitious expansion plans within the digital landscape. Perplexity has also been attempting to forge partnerships, introducing revenue-sharing agreements with publishers like Time, Fortune, and Der Spiegel, as a means to compensate them for content usage. These legal battles are a stark reminder of the complex relationship between AI and intellectual property. But the scrutiny doesn't stop there. New developments in AI browser security are also making waves. Security alert: Perplexity's Comet browser faces exploit over prompt injection. In a significant development for AI-powered browsing, Perplexity's Comet AI browser has been found to be vulnerable to a critical prompt injection exploit. Security researchers at Brave have detailed how this vulnerability can be leveraged by attackers to gain unauthorized access to sensitive data residing in a user's other open browser tabs. The exploit hinges on how the Comet browser processes web page content, particularly when a user requests a summary of a web page. The AI, in its function to summarize, feeds portions of the web page directly into its underlying language model. The critical flaw lies in the system's failure to adequately differentiate between the user's intended commands and untrusted content embedded within the web page itself. This oversight allows attackers to embed indirect prompt injection payloads within a web page. When the AI processes this page, it can be tricked into executing these embedded commands as if they were legitimate instructions. The potential ramifications are severe. An attacker could craft a malicious web page, and upon a user requesting a summary, the AI could be manipulated to access and potentially exfiltrate data from other active tabs. This could include anything from personal emails and private messages to financial information or credentials stored in other sessions. The severity of the issue was underscored by reports that Perplexity's initial attempts to patch this vulnerability proved ineffective, leaving users potentially exposed. The broader tech community has reacted with alarm, with developers highlighting the inherent risks associated with AI browsers. One widely shared sentiment on social media platform X expressed concern, stating, "This is why I don't use an AI browser." You can literally get prompt injected, and your bank account drained by doom scrolling on Reddit. This vulnerability highlights the ongoing challenges in ensuring the security of AI applications, especially those that interact directly with user data and browsing sessions. It underscores the imperative for developers to implement robust security protocols that can reliably distinguish between trusted and untrusted inputs and prevent the execution of malicious commands. This security vulnerability is a serious concern for users of AI browsing tools. Now, let's quickly recap the biggest stories of the day before we wrap up. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on today's essential AI updates. We saw a critical security flaw in Perplexity's Comet browser, leaving it open to prompt injection attacks. Then, we covered the major lawsuits filed by Japanese media giants Nikkei and Asahi Shimbun against Perplexity AI for copyright infringement. We also dug into the mounting legal pressure on Perplexity from other global news outlets over content usage. Finally, we highlighted the ongoing security concerns with AI browsers and the risk of data compromise. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to ChatGPT Insights for your daily dose of AI news, and ring the notification bell to stay ahead of the curve. Follow us on all social platforms for more insights and join the conversation in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.